I love watching greatness. I love seeing people do things at the top of their game, killing it. I love watching people at the top of their craft fucking smashing it, killing it. I like to learn what their habits are. I like to learn what they do to be at the top of their game, and then I just do none of those things. That's my favorite. I love just like analyzing what the top of the top of the top people do, and then doing the complete opposite. Not on purpose, but just like, because now I understand what I'm doing isn't a greatness activity, you know? Like, oh yeah, you wake up at fucking 4 a.m.? All right, cool. Well, guess what? I'm going to wake up at fucking 11 p.m. You know why? Because, like, I don't know. I'm not to your level of you're going to, what do you do? You take a cold shower as soon as you wake up? You know what I do? I jerk off as soon as I wake up.
And so how does this relate to people being at the top of their game? Like, you like to do this in spite of the people at the top of their game?
I like to do this. No, not in spite. No. The people, I just know what I'm doing isn't a top of the game activity.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't know we were starting the pod. I was actually distracted. That's my bad. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. The pod's been started.
Yeah, the pod's been started? Yeah, we're in. Okay.
The pod's in. We're in the pod. We don't do an intro anymore, Riz. We'll kind of, but later.
That's on a need-to-know basis. Don't tell him that.
That's on a need-to-know. Yeah, correct. Yeah. No, you know, like you know, imagine if, like, you know how they say Kobe Bryant used to wake up at like 4 a.m.
Yeah, sure.
He'd go shoot hoops at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
You know, a greatness activity, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't do that. You know, I wake up at 12. You know, I don't shoot hoops.
Different life though, right? Your day starts at 8 o'clock.
I shoot cum.
Shoot cum.
I shoot cum onto the ceiling.
Nice, dude.
I shoot ropes.
Yeah, nice, dude.
I shoot ropes.
You got a good stroke just like Kobe. You're stroking something different though, eh?
But do you understand what I'm trying to say here?
Completely,
though?
Dude.
You get it, right?
Oh yeah.
I wake up. I don't like. It's just something that, you know. It's like I understand what it takes to be great. I understand, but what it needs. But it's also like when you like follow the greatness activities, right? When you follow the greatness activities, there's almost like a sense of dullness to it. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. I was on this kick trying to get up at 6 a.m. recently for like months. I was doing it, and I was like, dude, who fucking wants to live this way? Like,
who does this?
Dude, I get up at 8 now. I was like, this is so reasonable. I'm still up. I'm up. The day is still early. 6 a.m.? And then you're telling me Kobe gets up. These are psychos, though, dude. This is a different level. This is a different kind of person. I'm not even discourage that kind of person, but that's not a life. I'm not cut out for that. And I think that's what I kind of came to. I don't know where you're at now. You seem like you're kind of on the other side where you're like, no, like it's just wrong. Like you're living the right way, and they're living the wrong way. Is that what you're saying?
I'm cut out for it.
Yeah.
But I don't want to do it.
Like, you could wake up at 4 a.m. every day. You just choose not to.
I could wake up. I'll go like a week of like waking up at like 6:30. You know, you get a workout in, productive. I feel great. I come home. You know, I don't have the urge to smoke weed.
Yeah.
You know, I clean. My environment is very clean and cleanly. I get work done. Yeah. You know, I edit. I write.
We know you're right. We know you're right. We see the work.
I do these things, right? I go on like a 1 week, 2 week, like just killing it, right? And then when I get that little glimmer of the discipline falls, then it just falls. Do you see what I'm saying?
I understand completely.
It's like a fall, and I don't get up for another month. Do you understand?
Your life doesn't support waking up at 6:30 though, the way that you know what I mean, the way you do things, like you going and doing stand up at nighttime, that doesn't make any sense.
You know what's so funny is that's a great way to think about it, but the thing is, I haven't really been doing a lot of stand up at night recently, so I've just been going to bed late without any really valid reason besides I'm just watching baseball all night.
Yeah, but that's like your internal clock though. Correct?
Yeah, like my brain gets way more active at 3 a.m.
Sure. And that's why I wouldn't fight that if I were you either. There's like real research to show that the people like activate their brains different times of the day. So like when you have a social, like the society set up to wake up at like 6 or 7 a.m., you don't quite fit into that mold. It's like, well, don't fight it. You know, you've carved out a path here.
Yeah. You hear that, Kobe?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah, Kobe, you gay homo, dude. We're not waking up at 4 in the morning.
4 in the morning To what? To throw
R.I.P. by the way.
basketball?
R.I.P. But like,
One of the best, sure. But there's like a common theme. I follow all these like motivational pages on Instagram. One of them's like this dude who like walks up to people on the street. It's called Millionaire Mindset or something, right? And he finds these like millionaires in like Miami, and he walks up to them with a mic and goes, "Sir, how old were you when you became a millionaire?" And everyone's like, "Oh, I don't know, 22." And he's like, 22. I watched this one today. He's like, 22. What'd you do? He goes, I created silly bands. You know, silly. He interviewed the guy who made the silly bands.
Like the ones with like the hand and you like.
No, like they're like rubber bands, but they turn into shapes. You know what silly bands are, right, Riz?
Look up silly bands right now.
Yeah, like there's all kinds of them. There's millions. There's hundreds, right?
Yeah.
And like they were trendy for a minute. I had a bunch, you know. But then the guy who created silly bands, they interviewed him, and they was like, "What would you say is the number one key to success?" And he was like, "Everybody thinks you're crazy until it works." And I'm like, yeah,
sure.
You know what I mean? And it's like this guy wakes up at 5 a.m. and makes calls and does his thing, you know?
Yeah, but like there's just nothing original to that answer. It's like it's like, yeah, I've heard that from every single person that's made it.
It's like, almost like this reoccurring theme where it's like this like self-aggrandizing thing where it's like as soon as you make it, you start going, listen, I persevered. You tell yourself a story. I persevered. I overcame the hurdles. I overcame, adversity. And it's like, yeah, so did I.
Yeah, that's what it's buzzword.
My adversity, listen, the days I don't wake up and jerk off immediately, I overcame adversity. The days where I wake up and I maybe take half a hit of a joint, that's my adversity. I persevered through the day. My balls are still filled with cum.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. No, dude, I completely agree with you. I think you're on the exact right page.
It's the lifestyle. It's that lifestyle of living that way where it's like it's that really heavily like regulated disciplined lifestyle where like you wake up at 4 a.m. you eat right. It's like you do that for a week and it's like, dude, where's the joy? Where's the excitement? Where's the stories? My life is passing me by, and I'm sitting here eating salad and waking up going to bed at 9:30. What is going on here?
That's going to take you to the promised lands, apparently. If you do that long enough, everything works out, apparently. If you follow the playbook, that's what they say. Everything just works out if you just are disciplined for 65 years of your life.
And then what? And then you turn 70.
Yeah, and then you fuck your 20-year-old wife, apparently, that you get because you worked hard, so you get that 20-year-old wife.
You have millions of dollars.
Yeah.
You wake up at a reasonable time.
That's the thing, too, is you become a millionaire for sure. If you wake up at 4 a.m. every day for 65 years, you will be a millionaire by the end of it. That's what they say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or like the productivity thing where it's like you put your phone away, you put it on Do Not Disturb, you throw it in this guy, I saw this one clip where this guy had like a time lock safe. And he like puts it in there and he like sets it for 18 hours. I put my phone in this time lock safe and I fucking 18 hours I'm the most productive I've ever been. It's like, yeah, but think about all the messages you're missing.
Yeah. Think about all the porn you could be watching. Did you think about that?
Think about all the bets you could be making.
Think about the money you could be making while you're trying to make money. The locks that you're missing.
Think about sitting there and looking at pitcher reports on ESPN Fantasy.
Yeah.
What's going on here? Right?
He's wasting his life. And he doesn't know it either. That's the sad part. He doesn't know he's wasting his life.
Yeah.
Yeah. He could be falling in love.
Dude, you could be on Hinge.
Could be on Hinge.
You could be girl number 5
You could be
week.
meeting the one for you. Yeah.
And what? You're putting that all aside to what? To go, what? Become a millionaire? To make silly bands?
To diverse your portfolio?
Yeah, good call.
Yeah.
To diverse your portfolio.
Yeah, you're off that shit now. You were on the diversification of your portfolio for a second.
I still have my investments.
Yeah.
I'm letting them, they're coasting on autopilot. They're growing.
The way it should be, too.
Right?
You just put it in there, forget about it.
Put it in there, forget about it. That's my discipline.
Forget about it.
Forget about it until you have an absolute lock you want to bet on.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the issue
what your TFSA is for a lock at night.
What the fuck
for a
is
plus 300 lock that Vegas just happened to not notice.
What the fuck's going on here?
Yeah, no, I agree completely.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Robert Khakham Show. I'm Robert Khakham with my producer
Tyler Hartley. That's formal. I like it too.
Tyler
I think
Hartley.
we should keep it that way. It's such a weird way to do it, though. I thought you were just gonna be like, "Oh, but welcome to the Robert Khakham Show." You made it seem like that never happened.
Yeah. No, well,
No, keep it that way. That's fun. I like that a
right?
lot. Yeah.
Hello.
A formal welcoming.
Welcome, everyone.
Yeah. By the way, welcome to the fucking show.
I was sick this weekend. I had a flu.
Which flu?
No, not even a flu. It was a cold, but knowing my immune system, it turned into the flu.
That's so funny. You get a cold, it's like AIDS.
Yeah, I literally look like I have AIDS now.
No, you look fine. A little pale, but you look fine.
Right?
You look like you were throwing up a lot.
I walked in with my baseball hat on, and I actually felt like Tom Hanks in that movie.
You should have kept the hat on. I like the matching thing we do now.
I need a warm blanket. Please, I have AIDS.
Which movie is that?
What? That's Philadelphia. With Tom Hanks.
Yeah,
never seen it.
No, never.
Never seen it, but I know he has AIDS. And that's the reference that everyone goes to is this guy has AIDS.
Oh, yeah. Okay, there's a reference in there's a reference in the other guys where they're like the one with Tom Hanks has AIDS and he's like and he says in the movie, he's like, she's got mail, he says. And it's not apparently. It's the other Tom Hanks movie. I'm just getting the reference now.
Oh, so it's not Philadelphia.
No, cut that out. Don't worry.
That's okay. That's right. Don't worry about it. Yeah, no, I get a mild cold and somehow it turns into AIDS.
Yeah.
It's just and it's just I've survived AIDS. I'm
Doctors
back.
are impressed when you come in. They're like, "Wow, you're a medical phenomenon."
You're
like,
patient zero.
AIDS. Yeah.
What's going on here?
Yeah.
Patient, we gotta put this guy behind some glass.
You're patient HIV.
This guy came in with a runny nose, and now he's bleeding out of all of his holes. What the fuck? What the fuck happened?
It's tough to know who's laughing.
He's in the room,
Yeah,
and you have his exact same laugh on the soundboard.
It's actually funny when you play it while he laughs. It's just like it's so funny.
Really
he can't
good.
help it.
But you know what? I will say this: I did enjoy the break. I enjoyed. I feel like I've been working hard lately.
You have been.
I have been, but
Yeah.
I don't feel like.
You still worked hard this weekend. You still got stuff done.
Did I?
Yeah. You still sent me some clips and stuff. You're still showing me what you're doing. You're still up to stuff.
Sure. Yeah, for a little bit, and
Did
then
you get amnesia from a cold too? What the fuck? Like, what goes on?
well, we haven't really talked since like.
Talked on Monday. Our normal Monday powwow.
Yeah, Monday. That was from like last Thursday till.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
I just disappeared for the weekend.
Yeah.
You know, no clips, no nothing. I thought I wasn't working hard enough. And then, I told this to my girl. I'm like, I'm not working hard enough. She goes, I feel like you're working pretty hard.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? Thank you.
Girls do that, eh? Like you'll be like, I'm not working hard enough. They're good. If it's a good girl, she's always like, no, you're good. Like you're working. Like, and if you aren't working hard, they'll tell you. But
I just appreciate the perspective.
Yeah.
I appreciate you see it as me working hard. Oh, that's very nice. Thank you.
Is she kind of like an escape for you in a bit? Not an escape in the way of like escape, like it's like. No escape. I think that would be the right word. Like, is she like, you work hard and it's like now you get to go see your girl?
Bro, let me tell you something.
Tell me something about love, Dr. Love.
Bro,
we got Dr. Love in the building.
This ain't Dr. Let me tell you something. All right? They have this power where I feel like, listen, as soon as you should be able to kill anyone that you've dated as soon as you guys break up. Just because they know all these things. They've seen this whole side of you where girls, they have this innate ability to activate this. I don't want to use the word gay. It's not gay, but it kind of is. They have this innate ability to activate this feminine thing inside of you where you didn't even know you had, right? Where God forbid if our messages ever got leaked, I could not look at you in the eyes anymore, Tyler. I'm sorry. This podcast is over. If she ever wore a wire when I talked to her, it would be it.
Dude, I know.
Every guy knows this.
Man.
Every guy has that moment where they say something smooshy dooshy booshy, and then they think, did I just do that? Did I just say that?
The other thing is too is when you get real with them and you're like, yo, I feel like I'm just I'm talking too much about my feelings or whatever. Like, no, like this is good, and they'll make you feel like it's not gay, but then like you really get away from it for a second. You're like, yeah, I was being gay back there. And it felt kind of good to be gay, but like not for too long. You can't always be gay like that.
Am I under cameras right now? Are the fucking Impractical Jokers across the street telling you to say this shit to me?
This footage is going to them afterwards. Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
right?
No, I know.
You say some like mooshy dooshy bullshit, and you're like, fuck. I just did that, And
it feels good though, eh?
It feels not bad. It feels.
That is the best way to put it. Yes, it's not bad.
It feels nice to have that, like you say, that escape. It feels nice to have that, to be able to express that certain side of yourself, to a person that you've been connected with, soul,
Tethered.
physicalness,
Yeah.
emotionalness,
Yeah.
emotionalness.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah. I don't know if that's necessarily a word, but yeah.
Emotionalness. She doesn't really like the pod though. This pod.
No.
Well, that's okay.
Why not? Because you talk about her a lot?
No, just because we're not her audience. She's not our audience.
Yeah, we're not really a woman audience.
We're not really. This isn't really a pod made for the female's gender.
What particularly does she not like about it?
Well, she said this one thing to me. She was like, she's like, you're actually like really smart, but then like you just end up talking about poo.
Yes, we do.
And I'm like, yeah, that's why I'm so smart. I don't have to constantly give off how educated I am.
Yeah.
In the streets.
Yeah, like what does she want you to do? Be like sitting here and be, like talking about how far the sun is from the earth all day? Like that's not fun.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about poo.
Yeah, we're not waking up at 4 a.m. talking about shit that matters. That's fucking. That's for other people.
I had the flu.
Yeah.
I pooed.
How was the poo?
It was fucking
watery.
No, whenever I get sick, my bowels stop attacking themselves.
Oh, that's so yeah.
Whenever I get sick,
things, yeah,
because my immune system starts. There's something actually here. Let's leave his stomach alone for a day.
Your immune system is like every white boy basically. It's just looking for problems. Basically, then when real problems come, it's like okay, I can handle this. I've been preparing my whole life.
Yeah,
yeah. You have like shower thought immune system.
My immune system listens to Creed. What's that Creed song?
With arms wide open.
How's that go?
With the arms. No.
Sure.
Well, now I'm blanking on it. Why am I blanking?
It's all over
with
Instagram.
the arms wide open. You know that one?
Something like that.
Yeah, no, it's exactly like that.
In that same genre of music.
Yeah, yeah.
So what if you can see the darkest side of me?
Oh, that's 3 Days Grace. That's different.
Yeah, 3 Days, same thing.
Nah, it's not the same thing.
But Creed sings that.
No, that's 3 Days Grace.
Okay.
Yeah. The band was 3 Days Grace. That's called Animal I Become.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck, I forgot. You're the expert.
Buddy, I know a lot of punk. A lot of emo. I know a lot of that shit. That's all I know.
I didn't grow up listening to this shit. I grew up listening to like just what did I grow up listening to? Like Russian music? Yeah. Sometimes when I'm driving down Bathurst Street just blasting like Russian songs, I'm like, because I can speak Russian, so sometimes when I'm driving and listening to Russian songs, I feel that immigrant in me coming out, and I'm like, I kind of enjoy it. I kind of like being the I'm maybe this is with when you get older, you stop caring more and more about what people think. The older you get, I think I've hit immigrant stage where where everything I do is just very off the boaty. Off the ball. I got these white shoes. I used to, bro, when I was in grade 9, I used to go to school wearing these like white Pumas that looked like that did just look like immigrant, like I was a Russian guy with a switchblade walking around. Yep. Because I thought that was cool and tough, and then, I got made fun of, and then I stopped wearing them. I kind of want to bring them back. I kind of want to bring back the immigrant fours.
Well, why do you want to bring them back?
Great. Just because,
in spite of what you did in the past, or because you actually like them?
I was robbed.
You were robbed
of my childhood of wanting to dress like a Russian immigrant off the boat.
Yeah, you sound like Justin Bieber trying to make a new album or something.
I was robbed. I'm bringing it back.
Yeah.
We're bringing sexy back, but it's immigrant.
You're bringing immigrant back.
We're bringing immigrant back.
Yeah, bringing Russian back. Motherland.
Yeah, no, God forbid my girl ever saw any of my messages. That would.
Or girl sees them.
No, not my girl. God forbid
either.
any of you guys saw the messages me and my girl sent to each other.
I don't think anyone would. Like, we'd give you a heart. We'd like fuck with you, but everyone would be like, yeah, I do the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
Because that's what we're all looking for, really. We just want someone we can send those messages to. Like you said, it's that little boy inside of us that just wants to come out, but he just doesn't really have a place in this world unless you're with that girl. Which makes her a pedophile if you think about that. But
should be fucking illegal.
Yeah.
Right?
Should
be fucking illegal.
They should just know their fucking place and shut the fuck up.
There should be like a thing where if like you guys if you break up with your girl or a relationship ends, you call like a number and like a neutral guy shows up, like a neutral dude from a service. You call like a service number and a neutral guy shows up in like a suit, like in Pulp Fiction, like the cleaner. He shows up and he goes, "All right, this relationship's ending. You pay him a fee, and you guys both sit down. All of you guys sit down at a table, and you delete any trace of anything, any compromising anything. You know, pictures, texts.
Yeah.
Voice recordings.
You could do that. That's like, if you got married, that'd be a prenup, essentially. You'd be like, if we're getting married, this is the prenuptial agreement. All text messages will be deleted at the end of this.
Yeah, but I'm saying you should do that on the first date.
No, okay, so we need to have the prenup needs to extend further than the actual marriage
It's
itself.
not even a marriage thing. It's a, hey, you know what? You're my girlfriend now. Sign this fucking contract that says if anything happens, it's an NDA, but for relationships. You know what I mean? That's honestly been the downfall of most dudes is their reputation gets ruined by a girl that they thought was the one.
Yeah.
That was a disgusting word. Anyways.
Also, the service does kind of exist. It doesn't have to be necessarily the messages or whatever. You just hire an assassin, though, too. It's basically the same thing you're talking about. They just skip the whole meeting, and he just goes and murders her.
Yeah, with Bitcoin. You pay him with Bitcoin?
Sure, yeah.
That's where you ever hear, there was a story of, there's this dude, he went on the dark web to hire an assassin to kill his wife. And he, like, paid her a bunch of Bitcoin and shit like that. And he made like a fake alias, like that he made a fake alias that he was her friend. He made like a fake woman profile, hired some assassin to kill his wife. And then the FBI just showed up at their door and be like, someone's trying to fucking kill you. And they like they sat down at like a table to discuss. Turns out the assassin service was just the FBI undercover on the dark web. And I think it was like maybe like 10 years of this before they found out that it was the dude that was the husband. I'm just saying, like, you know, it wouldn't get. I would not do that. I would just 100% use my real name. I'd give my address. I would. This is Robert Khakham. Please go kill her. Here's a bunch of Bitcoin, and then if they come arrest me, I'm like, guys, I own up to everything I want.
Yeah, you're an accountable man.
I'm an accountable. I own up to. I'm a truth teller.
Absolutely, and that's actually like that's honorable too. If you're gonna kill somebody with an assassin, at least use your real name. That's the least you could do.
Yeah, so I was sick. I was just in bed. I enjoyed the break, you know. I needed a little break. Like,
yeah.
I did need a little bit. It was nice, you know. It was nice, you know, waking up, jerking off, watching baseball, getting high. That's my tropical vacation.
Yeah.
You know, that's my vacation to the Bahamas.
Yeah.
That's my getaway.
I think that's most dudes' getaway. Dudes that like to go to they like to go to the all-inclusive resorts and stuff like that and stuff. I don't trust those guys. I like the guys that are like, no, I just sat at home and didn't get dressed all weekend. It's like, yeah, no, I can trust you.
Didn't shower.
You know, I get that. I can relate with that mindset. The vacation where it's like, now we're gonna go do a bunch of shit. It's like, well, I'm already doing a bunch of shit. I don't want to go do a bunch of shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's on a vacation.
That's the vacation.
We're going to go get on a flight? That sounds stressful.
I'm walking around in my boxers. I'm farting in the living room. I'm taking THC oil, which is what I took.
You're getting fucking crazy, dude.
I'm taking oil. I took oil, bro.
Are you doing dabs?
No, I wasn't doing dabs.
No?
There was no smoke. It was just oil. My boy's like, oh yeah, how many drops? I'm like, bro, drops? What do you mean drops? I'm taking a whole syringe.
Yeah, cups.
What are we doing here? That's my vacation, man. Watching baseball, drinking off, waking up at fucking 11, eating gummy bears for breakfast.
Gummy bears. Hey, man, I had some gummy bears the other day. You're absolutely right. It is a thinking man's treat.
Correct.
You're fucking chewing, just thinking, dude.
What kind of gummy bears did you have?
Haribos. Of course. Obviously the only one, because they're the chewiest ones, dude.
You gotta chew it.
They're a thick chew. It's a chomp, I would say, more than a chew.
They make you activate your brain when you eat.
Oh, it's conscious eating.
They make you activate your brain when you eat them because you have to keep thinking like, yo, do I keep eating these? Like, why? You know, my jaw's starting to hurt.
It is hurting too, right?
Chewing
I feel like you can get a chiseled jaw. You might get a gut, but you'll get a good jaw from gummy bears.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
It's coming in.
See, it looks great. I mean, it looks great, it looks bad, and that's perfect.
It's coming in.
That's a gummy bear body right there.
I got a gummy body.
You look like a gummy bear by the end of it.
Look like a gummy bear that didn't get enough coloring.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Oh, a white gummy bear. Weird.
Weird. What is it? Watermelon flavor? No, it tastes like... Tastes like cigarettes.
Coconut.
This is coconut flavor. Like you pretend it's good, but it's not.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
That's my favorite when people drink coconut water. Like I'm getting electrolytes. It's like, bro, you're drinking piss.
No, they're drinking. Dude, it has the consistency of cum, in my opinion. It's like this weird, like kind of thick but not thick. Sort of. It feels like it would get everywhere.
Yeah, it flows, but it doesn't.
It's
got a weird viscosity to it.
Viscosity, great word.
That's the word.
Nice job. You are a smart guy.
That's what I learned in.
What's the viscosity of your shits this weekend?
Viscous.
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 Nice.
No, I don't know. I was watching baseball all weekend, dude. I am so fucking locked in on what's happening in Major League Baseball right now, dude. You do not. All you take is 5 days, bro. Just do not leave your house. Turn on baseball as soon as you wake up. You will be locked in, bro. I am so fucking locked in. And this isn't a sports podcast, right? But I think baseball right now is one of my favorite sports. Just in general, this is like, I've always been a fan of baseball, but I've really, the THC oil kicked in while I was watching baseball, and I realized it turned psychedelic on me, and I realized just what an amazing fucking sport baseball is. Like, it's just so perfect. Like, it's like other sports, right? It's just a bunch of fucking idiots running around. This is like, there's stability to it, you know? There's a
fun way to put that. Okay.
There's a stableness to this game.
Some people would say slow paced, but you say stability.
One man goes out there with a ball in his hand versus another one guy.
It's actually kind of like 9 guys go against one guy.
Yeah, but one at a time.
Yeah, no, I know. That's what I mean.
One guy at the plate with the bat.
And then 9 guys
hitting a fucking 100-mile-per-hour rock.
Yeah.
Somewhere, somehow.
It's actually funny to think the disadvantage the batter is at that point, where he's just kind of him against the world.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that's like, they barely hit it. So.
I love the pitchers. I love watching a good pitcher, dude. I watched this pitcher on Sunday, right? Sunday Night Baseball, Phillies versus Cleveland. Okay. Now I've been kind of on the pulse, right? But so I bet on Cleveland, right? They were a very good underdog. Okay. Bro, against this pitcher named Zach Wheeler.
Okay.
Right? Just the name itself, Zach Wheeler. Why would you ever fuck with this guy? Like, do you hear this name? What comes to your mind when I say the name Zach Wheeler?
An 8-year-old.
An 8-year-old?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Not even like a personal bias. Like, I don't know a Zach Wheeler, never met one.
Just based on the name.
When you say Zach Wheeler, like, I'm thinking of a little shithead 8-year-old running around fucking throwing balls at the wall, but he's roofing them on purpose. Like, that kind of shithead kid.
Really?
Yeah. I don't like Zach Wheeler.
You know why I could see that? Like a kid who steals stop signs?
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
Yeah. And, like, puts, like, tacks on the road and shit, like, fucks cars up. Like, there's, like, a real shit disturber.
Yeah, you come to his house, he's got a speed limit sign on his wall.
Exactly. And he's got, like, knives in his room, and his mom always says, like, I don't want you to play with the knives. He says, fuck off. Like, he's like a piece of shit kid.
Yeah, I know that kid. Everyone knew a kid like that.
Everyone's seen that kid.
I have a kid like that. There was a kid like that. I have a kid. No, there was a kid like that.
Yeah, my kid's like that.
That's my kid.
But my kid calls me mom. He's a piece of shit.
There was a kid like that where I grew up with. We were hanging out at his house one time, and there was just a can of Axe, and he just like took the lighter and just lit my friend's hair on fire.
That's like that, yeah.
But like his arm hair, though, I should say, he just burned his.
Okay, well, yeah, it's a big difference.
All of his arm hair off, but it was just like. Our boy was just sitting there playing with the lighter, and I guess at the same time he was there with the Axe can, just did a little and then that was it. And you smelled the hair come off his body, and then he took a golf club and hit him in the knee.
Yeah, the golf club that's the Zach Wheeler move. The Axe, I would say, is a normal kid move of like, I want to see if this works. I've definitely done that before.
Sure.
Yeah, like the Axe with somebody and be like, yo, let me do this, basically.
Yeah, totally. But like, you didn't burn your boy's arm hair off.
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, no, like, but like manipulate him a little bit. I was like, don't be a pussy. Like, let me try this on you.
Yeah, don't be a bitch.
Yeah. Like, I wasn't gonna do it, but
be a bitch. I'm gonna fucking set you on fire.
Yeah, so we set you on fire for a second.
Stop being a fucking asshole, man. I want to set you on fire.
I'm trying to have a good day here.
But this was not Zach Wheeler, okay? Zach Wheeler.
Yeah.
Zach Wheeler is one of probably the greatest fucking Major League Baseball pitchers I've ever watched ever in my life. just this guy, he's got like a disheveled look to him. You should pull him up on the computer. You should take a look at him. This guy's got like a disheveled, he just looks like he smokes a pack a day. You know, he looks like he smokes a pack a day. He looks like he's been through it. The guy looks like fucking Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption 2.
Like, you're actually nailing it. Yeah,
he's a
pack a day guy. Yeah,
right. He's a fucking cowboy. Dude, this guy, Arthur Morgan, bro. This guy throwing fucking heat, bro.
Wait, so is it Zach Wheeler that I'm looking up or Arthur Morgan?
Zach Wheeler.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you said Arthur Morgan. I wasn't
He
sure.
looks like Arthur Morgan.
I don't know who that
like
is.
a Red Dead Redemption 2 character. He's got a weird fucking beard. He's got that I don't sleep look. He's got that I'm tortured by my demons look.
He does look like Arthur Morgan.
He's Zach motherfucking Wheeler,
Yeah.
bro. That's who he fucking is, bro. This guy, watching this guy lose, stoned out of. I was losing. He was winning. I was losing. I was happy. This was the first time I was like losing a bet where I was like, man, honestly, I deserve this for betting against a guy named Zach fucking Wheeler. Going up there throwing just heat, bro. He was just mowing him down in Cleveland, bro. I think he didn't give up no runs, just mowing him down. 1 hit, 1 walk, 7 innings, bro.
Jesus.
Just one after the next, just throwing it. And I was like, man, I thought they were gonna fucking light this guy up. Nah, bro. Zach Wheeler, probably one of the greatest baseball pitchers. Just a straight up cowboy, and just watching him, bro. That Wild West music was playing in my head, right?
The whistle.
The whistle.
Yeah.
And it was Sunday Night Baseball, so they did this thing where they mic'd up one of the players on the field, and while an inning was happening, they were just interviewing him, right? And then the guy they were talking to was just like, so what do you think about Zach Wheeler? And he just paused. He goes, dude, that's fucking Zach Wheeler. You know, he doesn't say fucking, but he says fucking Zach Wheeler, dude. Like, you don't mess around. Paid this guy $42 million, bro. $42 million, which sounds like a lot, but in baseball is nothing. Compared to Vladimir Guerrero of the Blue Jays, got $500 million. This guy, Zach Wheeler, used to pitch for the Mets, all right? And he was fucking miserable pitching for the Mets, and he was the worst pitcher on the Mets. He moved to Philly. And just turned it all around, dude. He's so good, man. He just had this aura about him. That's where this whole idea of that I brought up of watching people at greatness, watching people do their thing, you know, the top of their games, right? You think Zach Wheeler wakes up at 4 a.m? Probably not.
You don't think so?
That's one thing I loved about I still love about baseball is just they completely redefined the definition of what an athlete should be. You know, I watched the documentary on the 2004 Boston Red Sox, bro. A bunch of fucking degenerates, bro. All of these guys didn't do nothing, bro. These guys fat, smoked, partied.
Yeah, who was on that team? Like Manny Ramirez, out of that era?
Yeah, David Ortiz. David Ortiz, Kevin Millar. They had Kevin Millar on there, and they have him. They're interviewing Kevin Millar, right? They're talking about the thought process of signing him to the Boston Red Sox. And Kevin Millar goes, I couldn't field, I couldn't hit, I couldn't throw, I couldn't do nothing, you know? And then it cuts to the manager. We signed him because he was a good time. We signed him because he was a good vibe.
Locker room guys are a big deal in sports. You can have a good long career if you're just a good guy.
He was just a good vibe.
Yeah.
They just enjoyed having him in the clubhouse. Kevin Millar, David Ortiz, Pedro Martinez, the Zach Wheeler of the time. Scary fucking Dominican dude.
Pedro Martinez is the guy who punched the old guy in the head in that brawl the one time. That's like a classic clip.
So they showed a clip of him. He punched the guy. The old guy came at him.
Well, they kind of threw him, right?
And he just fucking ducked him and just threw him on the ground. Like, fuck you, right? And he's talking about it in the interview, and he's like, I felt kind of bad. You know, but then again, you came at me, bro.
Yeah, he did come at him. Yeah.
There was this gangster thing that he did where he would like... one of the Boston Red Sox pitchers was one of the Boston Red Sox hitters was at the plate and he got hit, and then Pedro went up to the hitter after and he goes, who do you want? Who do you want? And he's like, I don't know, Jeter. He's like, okay, all right. And so fucking hit. Pedro goes up next. He goes in the interview. He's like, you don't mess with my players. Do not. He's got this thick Spanish accent.
I know. Yeah.
He's like, you don't mess with my players. You don't touch my players.
But
right?
when you say it in that accent too, it's scary.
Yeah. He's like, you don't. That's how he talks.
I know.
Like, you don't mess with my players, right? And so. Whenever the pitcher was walking back to the dugout, he looked at him and he just pointed to his head and goes, and every time he did that, it meant remember. The next time Jeter goes on, he just fucking tries to just drill him with the ball, right? Misses, and then he misses, and then all hell breaks out loose, bro. I'm like, fuck, man. Baseball's sick, dude. This is what the shit I'm talking about, right? Like basketball, Cool, yeah. But all these guys have that Kobe Bryant mentality where like, I gotta wake up at 4, I gotta be the best, I gotta constantly shoot hoops, I constantly gotta do this thing. Bro, baseball players wake up 1 p.m.
So you like baseball because they're lazy?
I don't like them because they're lazy. I like them because they're real dudes.
They're real.
They're real
realists,
fucking dudes. All right. Yes, they're millionaires, but they should not be fucking millionaires. Half of these fucking guys should be picking up concrete and fucking throwing garbage in a truck. You know, nothing wrong with that, but they should not be considered role models. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Should not be considered. I should not have a poster of these guys in my room. So Zach Wheeler. The greatest baseball. I just throwing heat, bro. He made me. I think he made me into like that was like Sunday Night Baseball, dude. I could get behind this. You know, I totally get it, dude. I'm almost like envious of these people that like. I'm envious of these guys that just show up to their job. They make their 60, 70K a year, whatever. They live comfortably. You know, like they get by, you know, they don't have to worry about anything. They pay their rent. They get food in their fridge. They come home. They smoke weed. They crack a beer open. They watch Sunday night motherfucking baseball. Bro, I could fucking get behind that life.
Well, you kind of live that life.
I don't.
Besides the work, you do live that life.
I don't.
Sunday night, what do you do?
Sunday night baseball. Edit. Sunday night baseball. But my point, what I'm trying to say is, right, like, that's it. You know, these guys are at, like, if they want to, they could do this till they die, you know? But there's this weird thing inside of us where we have this, like, innate nature to, like, want to try and pursue something greater than us.
I think that's the hunter-gatherer thing in us. Like, hunting is, like, kind of us. It's, like, achievement, though, right? So it's, like, if you go out and you become a really good stand-up, it's like you caught a massive wildebeest. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? If you had like a great set you accomplished on, it's like, yeah, I just fed my family back then.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Like it kind of misses. We don't have that now, kind of. So we're looking for something else.
Yeah, so we have like weird things where it's like, yeah, no, I have to go get this big raise, and like that's your wildebeest.
Yeah. You need like a goal, but it's like I am almost envious of these people that just don't have that, and they just want to they just come home, wife, beer, crack it open.
Yeah, also,
Zach Wheeler's pitching.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I think some people are okay with that too. I think there's some people that live that life that aren't okay with that. And, you know, they're watching Sunday Night Baseball to escape all the other shit, which is like, oh, I'm not accomplishing anything. My life sucks, you know, that kind
and that's
of shit.
what Sunday Night Baseball exists.
And yeah, Sunday Night Baseball takes you away from that for a second.
That's what it exists.
That's their happy place, dude.
It was dope. The Cleveland pitcher for that game too was really good as well, but he just didn't have, his name was Luis Ortiz. It's like,
that sounds more like a baseball player.
It sounds more like a baseball player, but Zach motherfucking Wheeler, bro.
Zach Wheeler.
Sounds
Sounds like the American dream right there.
Don't ever fuck with a guy named Zach Wheeler.
Yeah,
bro.
I never will now. He's like the best pitcher ever.
The great, bro. What I saw his performance and I was like really stoned, so I was like super locked in, right? Like super locked in on his game, and I bet against Zach Wheeler, and I was losing. And I had never been more happy just watching myself lose than I did when I was watching Zach Wheeler. I was like, yeah, okay, I deserve this. Yep, I deserve this. I can't believe I bet against you,
Here we
Zach
go,
Wheeler.
Rob, the accountable man.
I deserve this. Yeah. I can't believe it. I'll never doubt you again, Mr. Wheeler.
Calling him Mr. by the end.
I'm talking to my TV. Mr. Wheeler, I'm so sorry I did this, Mr. Wheeler. You take my money, Mr. Wheeler. Please, Mr. Wheeler. The Phillies are a very fun team too. They're gonna have a good season this year. They play with heart, you know. They play with a lot of heart. You know? This isn't a sports podcast, but this is a what I like podcast.
Yeah,
right.
It's the Robert Khakham show.
It's the Robert Khakham show. Baseball is part of my identity now.
Yeah,
I love baseball. I used to think all sports were stupid. I used to never really get behind sports. Really, and then now I understand. It's this, like you said, this hunter-gatherer thing. It's this thing in us where we just want to take sides and just root for the enemy.
Do you want to think Sunday Night Baseball is to you? It's like now Sunday Night Baseball is the feast at the end of the hunting. You caught the wildebeest. You're good. Now you're gonna chop it up. You're gonna get it ready. That's you smoking weed, and then now you set the table with the Sunday Night Baseball, and you fucking feast, dude.
Yeah. America's motherfucking pastime.
Every man deserves his feast.
I never understood why I call it America's pastime. I only really started. I started betting on baseball, but then I just became a baseball fan. now, where I can watch a game without betting on it. You ever watch a game where you're like, I should have bet on this, and then you just can't even watch
NBA
it?
playoffs, I do.
Yeah, NBA playoffs, right?
Despite you shitting on it before, I'm a big fan of that.
You watch basketball. What is it? It's a bunch of fucking...
Say it. Say it.
That's not where I was going.
Say the word.
That's not where I was going. That's not where I was going. Not where I was going with that, all right?
Sounded like you were.
I was going to say a bunch of fucking... bunch of fucking stupid people.
Almost worse. Almost worse to the context.
Bunch of stupid people running around with no coordination.
No coordination. Interesting. You ever seen a tomahawk dunk, dude? You ever seen a 360 dunk by a 7-foot man?
I do like watching Vince Carter highlights. On the slam,
hey,
on
listen,
the
I
slam
will
dunk
give you
concept.
that better era for sure.
For sure.
Cool time in basketball when he was around. Blake Griffin, I don't know if you ever heard of him.
You watch hockey? What's going on in hockey?
I don't watch a lot of hockey.
Yeah,
no.
there you go.
No, I can't get into it.
It's a bunch of fucking...
I don't know if you've been I don't know, watching the news lately. A bunch of rapists.
Really?
Yeah. 5 OHL players were in there under like a big investigation right now. Well, they're in a court case right now where they like allegedly sexually assaulted somebody. So, but that happens, I think, a lot in kind of the hockey culture.
But they're OHL players?
Yeah.
That's...
Young kids. Kids make mistakes.
It was more just like...
5 of them fucked one chick and she wasn't really into it. What are you going to do?
Well, it's more like this is OHL.
Yeah.
Like, this is why you guys are never going to make it.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
Because they're rapists.
NHL players get away with it.
Well,
you know?
yeah,
OHL,
the more money you have, the more you get away
that's
with.
why you got caught. That's why you don't have an NHL mindset.
Yeah.
You don't have the mindset to be great. You
Yeah.
don't rape at 4 a.m.
That's actually true. That's the mark of a bad rapist, just getting caught. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Everyone knows
You
that.
don't have the NHL mindset, which is this is going to come out when my career is over. When my fucking jersey is on the Hall of Fame, is retired. When they retire my jersey, it's going to come out. That's an NHL mindset.
Yes.
No? But you watch hockey, what? It's just a bunch of dudes on skates.
I would say hockey is one of the most impressive sports.
Why?
Because they're on skates and doing everything they do, you got to remember they're doing that while they're on skates.
There's no coordination.
Skating is so hard.
There's
dude.
no stability.
I bet you. Have you ever skated in your life?
No.
We got to do this. We actually have to film. We have to rent an ice pad. We have to film this. It's going to be so funny watching you because like it's not only that you have to learn how to skate and then you have to learn how to do all the other shit after you've learned like the main thing of skating.
I tried to learn how to skate one time, and the instructor, I was like 9 or 10. The instructor made me just walk in the snow with skates, and I fell and couldn't get up, and that was it. And I never put on skates again. I never even
get on the ice.
I never even got on the ice.
Why did he want you to walk through the snow with them?
Because it was more like a learning how to just walk on skates, like just keep your balance on skates. It wasn't really walking on the snow. It was more just like just walking with them. You know what I mean? And I'm like, but there just happened to be snow at the time, and I fell. I couldn't get up, and that was it.
Yeah.
I never
did it for you.
never had the urge. I'm like, this is why would I do this to myself at 10 years old?
Tells me a lot about you. You're the kind of guy who falls down and doesn't get back up.
Yeah. Or I wake up at 12.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not putting these skates
This
on.
is 6 a.m. I'm in the fucking snow right now. Yeah, no.
What other sports we got? What are the big five?
Now we're gonna go into NFL here. Love to hear your opinion on this one.
On the NFL.
America, like the most popular sport in America by far and away. Not even close.
Speaking of fucking rapists,
Yeah.
have you watched the NFL recently?
Ray Lewis, brother. No, just kidding. No, I think he's a murderer. No, he's a murderer.
It's just the
Ben
thing.
Roethlisberger's the rapist.
Listen, you can listen to baseball. You can do something else in baseball. You can have baseball on and listen to it, and you can understand what's happening. You ever try to listen to basketball? It's just shoes. You just hear shoes. You ever try to listen to hockey? You just hear sticks.
It is true. There
clanking on each other.
If you're going as far as an audio experience, baseball's probably the best one because there's just not as many moving pieces. There's a pitcher throwing a batter, he either hits it or doesn't, and the direction of what he hits is definitely like they tell you what's happening very easily. In basketball, it's like he shoots the ball, but it's like what are the other 9 players doing right now while he shoots it? Football, it's like a nightmare to try and listen to. If you really wanted to analyze, you're like, what was the left tackle doing at this time? You won't know.
You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know. I try to listen to hockey. I try to watch. I tried to watch the Stanley Cup playoffs the other day, and it's like, bro, what a fucking stupid sport. honestly. Just
Yeah.
compared to going from baseball to this high, fast intensity, just we're going to beat the shit out of each
Funny,
other.
that's usually a selling point for people, the high, fast intensity. But you're like, no, I don't like it's too much chaos.
This is for idiots, bro. It's just people skating. I know we're Canadian. This is like straight up blasphemy right now.
Yeah.
But it's like, yo, you're just skating. You have a fucking. You can't even see the fucking puck. Where the hell's the puck on TV? You watch the game. I don't know where the puck is 80% of the time.
The camera guy's pretty good on that one, man.
yeah,
I don't know. They track it pretty well.
Yeah, they're tracking the general area that it's moving to, but you can't see the puck.
How small is your TV? What do you mean?
It's not small. It's all right.
Oh,
You
it's
know?
50 inches.
Tyler, what do you think? You agree with this?
Yeah, I can't see the puck.
You can't see the puck. Half the time you can't see the puck.
You guys are Jews. You don't play sports.
No.
You don't get it. You
You can't see the
guys have
fucking
never
puck.
played a fucking sport.
And then all of a sudden there's 7 guys clamoring in one spot. You're like, I guess it's there. I
Yeah.
guess the puck is somewhere in between those guys' legs.
Yeah, sometimes
Somewhere.
Sometimes it disappears.
They start attacking it with their.
What about
with
when someone hits a home run? You don't see the ball. You just take the announcer's word for it that it's hit
No,
hard to left.
You see the ball fly. You see it land.
It goes out of the camera all the time.
It goes out of the camera, but you see it like
Land.
you see it. If it goes straight out, you see. I've seen a lot of balls leave the park. Once it leaves the park, it's gone. Right?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
cut to the guy running the
Who's to
bases.
say someone didn't just drop it from the fucking blimp?
Who's to say? Who's to say? Right?
Yeah.
But then it's like, and then it's just like none of the hockey players have any fucking teeth. It's like, bro, why do you guys do this to yourselves?
So what it is really for you is the attractiveness of the male participants in the sport that kind of takes you away from it.
Nah.
Yeah.
No, I know what you're doing. You're calling me gay.
I'm not calling you gay.
You're saying I'm attracted to men.
I'm clearly making an observation. It seems like maybe that if the players were more attractive and had better dental care, you would potentially watch the sport a little
And
more.
if they stood in the same spot for more than a minute,
yeah, that's the thing too. They're like squirrels. They don't stop moving.
and if I
ever.
understood
Yeah.
where why is the net so small? Why is the guy huge? How is anybody scoring in this game?
I don't know,
You
but
know?
they do score a lot now.
How does anyone score here?
You ever seen lacrosse? That'll fuck your brain
I've
out,
seen
dude.
lacrosse.
Yeah, dude, those goalies are huge.
I like lacrosse because I can see the fucking ball.
A little slower pace because they're running, right? So it's a little bit easier.
If I'm at a hockey game and somebody scores, I have to take like a good 10 seconds to be like, really?
You ever been in a live hockey game?
Yeah, I've been to a live
One of
hockey
the more
game.
electric live sport. I don't even really like hockey that much. Live, it is electric. It is loud as fuck. Like the boards are just crashing all game.
Yeah.
The way they make like pro boards too, it's like it's a little more lean than like a kind of a normal like inner city type like hockey.
If I want to go see fights, I'll go watch UFC. You know, if I want to see fucking
Sure, yeah.
two dudes beat the shit out of each other, like, yo, you getting a puck into a fucking 2x2 net. It's not that serious here, boys. Why are we fighting? We're on ice. Everything on ice is nice. You know, we got Disney on ice. You got Snow White. You got Frozen. All of a sudden, then hockey somehow comes in, ruins ice.
You also got Antarctica though, right? And that's not nice ice. That's a bad place.
Why? What do you mean? You got penguins?
Yeah,
You got
you ever
walruses?
been to the Yukon? Like that's not good.
Yeah, you got
A lot
nice
of ice.
You got bears. You got nature.
Bears aren't good.
Nice
You
trees.
don't want to be around bears.
It's the human evolutionary chart
Of what?
of bears.
You lost me.
It's nature. You know, bears are a part of nature. They're a natural predator.
They're a scary
You know?
part of nature.
They keep. What I'm trying to say is they keep the ecosystem in check. You know, you need your
I
predators.
understand we all play a
You need
part
your
here.
prey,
Besides
you know?
mosquitoes, they can go to hell, but everything else plays a part.
Right, but then you watch fucking hockey and you're just like, dude, what is even going on here, guys? What do
Yeah.
you mean bro, it's on ice. How do you control this fucking thing?
Well, that's what's so interesting to people about it. That's what they like. It's
about
because
the sport?
it's so hard.
Yeah, and it's like
Yeah.
it slides. You
Yeah.
know, you try to like you try to get control of it, and some guy comes, breaks your spine.
So maybe
what's going on here?
Maybe if they use something a little that didn't slide quite as well on the ice, that would help you. So far we have more attractive men and something that didn't quite slide as well.
Yeah, like a
we
ball.
might get you in a ball.
And maybe they should put it in their hands,
And maybe they should put it in their hands.
and maybe they should play on grass,
and wear a glove.
maybe they should wear a glove.
And maybe the fight should involve everyone leaving the bench at once, not just one and one. That's stupid.
And maybe they should get rid of the stick
And maybe they should get a bat.
and put on some normal fucking clothes.
Yeah.
You know, and
And-
go out there and say hi, smile.
Yeah.
You know, just a bunch of 7-foot savages.
Do you know what I will say? There's not enough camaraderie in hockey and other sports. Like basketball is pretty chummy a little bit. In playoffs, obviously it changes, but like in the regular season, pretty chummy. Football, little more of a war. Hockey, they hate each other, but baseball, That's a chummy sport. And I can get behind that.
You know?
Just the lads hanging out. The guy gets to first base, and the first baseman is like his best friend from college. I love that vibe.
You constantly hear the constant criticism of baseball. Oh, it's boring.
That
Incredible.
That would be my criticism. I could not watch it if I wasn't really stoned.
Yeah, that's what it's for.
Getting baked on Sundays.
And watching fucking... Bro,
Yeah, that's the problem, actually. I'm not getting baked enough watching baseball.
you watch... Look, bro, the constant criticism. What are the constant criticisms? It's boring. It's slow-paced, which, you know, Umbrella's boring. What's another criticism you've heard of something about baseball? Just those things?
Cheating.
Cheating?
Yeah, which I actually like in baseball. I think it's cool that like there's a lot of cheating culture around baseball.
Baseball is such an intricate sport that it
is very intricate. Yeah,
there's so many analyses, analytics.
Yeah,
little intricate little numbers.
Yeah,
little just percentages. We're talking percentages. We're talking
analytics pretty much wraps that up.
We're talking point. We're talking like if we're talking like 4 points. Difference is a big difference. If we're talking 0.4 of a percentage, that's a big thing in baseball.
Yeah,
you know? It's huge, right? We're talking percentages. You know, there's no fucking percentages in hockey. There's
and basketball and football and everything. Every sport has percentages. Every sport has analytics.
Yeah, but the measurement, the usement of measurement, is not is. I
think you'd be surprised. I know that baseball does hold a lot of analytics. Probably has the most.
It's just, you know what it was? It was going from watching baseball to losing on it to then immediately losing on hockey. Yeah. It wasn't fun. You know, was it just like, what's going on here, guys? Dude, at a certain point, if the team is down, you know what they'll do? They'll just take the goalie out of the fucking net to put another guy on. Yeah. And it's like, then what the fuck was the purpose of all of this? You know? Why don't we just get rid of the goalies, put 6 men on, and then we'll see who fucking wins? You know, if that's how we're going. If we're just turning this into a fucking savage convention, you know, let's just fight on ice with skates and kill each other, and then we'll get the puck, and whoever gets it in wins.
You truly don't get why that happens, eh?
What?
Well, like, how many people are on the ice in total?
Hmm?
How many people are on the ice at once in total between both teams?
10? 5v5? Plus the goalies. 6.
6 each?
Yeah.
12.
Yeah, 12.
Take that goalie out.
Take the goalie out.
You still got to have 6 people on the ice for your team.
Why? We changed rules.
It's not changing the rules. Let's go back again, right? So we got how many people?
Huh?
How many people we got on the ice at once between both teams? Just add it up all together.
We got 12.
12.
We got 12 people.
Take that goalie out. How many are you left with?
10.
No.
Wait, if you take both goalies out.
Take one goalie out. How many are you left with?
11? What?
What are we going to do about that?
What do you mean? Both teams don't have goalies.
We got to throw another player on the ice.
Yeah.
Now we got 12 again.
Yeah.
Rules haven't changed.
I don't mean about the players amount.
Change the positioning of the players.
Yeah, I mean get the goalies out of there. You leave the nets open.
Remember, that is an option.
And you fight.
You couldn't do that, but remember why it's happening. Makes sense though.
No.
That's the disconnect.
What do you mean? I don't understand. What does the math have to do with this? I'm saying there doesn't need to be a fucking goalie, and I'm saying like, I'm saying. Yeah, that's the point. We're trying to score here, boys. We're trying to. If you're gonna do fucking, if you're gonna play fucking cocksucking hockey, if you're gonna play fucking cocksucking hockey, if you're gonna play fucking cocksucking hockey, go all the way. Go 1,000%. Take the fucking goalies out. We're gonna fight to the death. We're putting fucking skates at each other's necks. We're putting fucking. We're bringing on. How about 10 people? How about we bring on the whole bench for both teams? How about we get? How about we see how many people we can fit on the ice at one time, and then who's the last man left standing? 2 guys left. Whoever gets the puck in the net wins. Game over. We got 40 minutes. Let's go at it, boys.
Don't mind that.
You see, that's what I'm trying to say. Let's just go to the extreme here, you know, if that's what we're doing here, you know. Let's stop pretending like this is some fucking like.
In baseball, honestly, if we're gonna go there,
everyone's losing fucking brain cells playing this game. CTE and you know, dentists love it, right? Dentists love hockey.
A lot of ugly men coming in there.
You know, they're millionaires. You guys can't get some fucking veneers going? What's happening here?
The hockey thing is to look tough, so like they don't have the teeth. They're like, oh, it's like a badge of honor.
Yeah, maybe I just don't understand the culture.
I don't like the culture either. I'm with you on that one. But I do like the idea of sending just probably, I don't know, 80 each on each team and just fuck a mosh pit trying to get that puck.
You got skates and a stick. The puck doesn't come out till there's 10 people left.
It is a bit of a gentleman's game that way, where it's like, hey, listen, we got skates and a stick. Let's try to avoid using these to hurt each other. And when you do, that's when the melee comes in. That's when fights happen, because they're like, yo, you broke the fucking gentleman's rule here. Don't use your skate or stick on me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then they fight.
Gentleman sport.
Yeah, and then they fight like a gentleman. And honestly, the fights suck in hockey now too. It's not the same. You know who George LaRock is?
Should I?
I want you to go home tonight, or when me and Jordan are doing our podcast, you sit on the couch, you watch a montage of George LaRock fights.
Right.
This guy was a legit fighter. Like, he would take his helmet off. He wouldn't drop his gloves. He would set his gloves down on the and he would square up and wait, just bang, just one punch this dude.
Yeah.
Like he was a boxer basically. Like,
yeah.
Fuck dudes up. Like he would be. There was a time in hockey. You remember this when there was like an enforcer where you'd have a fighter on your team.
Sure. Yeah.
This was the time of that. He was the guy where you're like, you got George LaRock on your team, you're like, no one's fucking with anyone here, man. Because if you like George LaRock, you're going to get fucked up. He's gonna hurt, and he's actually gonna hurt you. Like, he's gonna knock you out, basically.
Okay.
Watch George LaRock, though. That will change your opinion on hockey. Because, again, sports change and they become kind of less aggressive as time goes on. They try to eliminate CTE and all of these things. This was a time when CTE was running around.
Sure.
And they're like, yeah, it's better for entertainment, though. Who cares if they kill their wives after this?
Yeah.
So, like, that, like, go home and watch that. That'll change your perspective on, like, fighting.
See, that's what I mean. It's like, I would love hockey if that was the case, but it's got this middle ground between, like, this is a skill and we're just going to beat the shit out of each other. And it's like, bro, you know what I mean? It's like, what are we doing here, guys? What are we doing? Baseball's been baseball forever. Yeah, it's changed. Little things have changed in analytics and things that we look at. And, 2 years ago, everybody was bitching that they have been for years about how it's a boring sport and everyone hates it. And what did they do? They fucking caved and listened. They added a pitch clock and made the bases bigger. Yeah. What the fuck are you guys doing here?
Okay, then I kind of know where your answers will be on this, but I would like to hear your rants on it. What do you think about the baseball? Instead of having the umpires, they've talked about just having like an automated thing for the strike zone.
Oh, that's awful.
You don't like that?
No, hell no. Okay. Hell no, because we need humans. We need getting mad at the umpire is a fucking tradition of baseball. Yes. It is a tradition of baseball. Bro, umpires, speaking of fucking baseball, bro, umpires are where did they go to like Nazi training school before they let him out, bro? These guys are the biggest fucking fascists I have ever. You cannot say hello to an umpire without getting kicked out of the game.
Who's the one guy that gets dogged on Instagram all the time? There's a specific umpire.
Oh, that was Angel Hernandez.
Yes, dude. Yeah. Like, he's like legit. He's a guy who's like a power trip guy.
He
hilarious,
he was the worst umpire allegedly in Major League Baseball. And if you want a good laugh, go watch Angel Hernandez.
I've watched many highlights.
It is the greatest thing ever, right? But again, there's a rule in Major League Baseball: you cannot argue with the umpires. You can have a conversation, right? But you can't really go, fuck you, that was wrong, gone. You're ejected immediately. These guys are so on edge for somebody to fucking to throw somebody out at any point. There's no fucking room, bro. But that's the tradition of baseball. You add in robot umpires, that's gone. That's gone. Now everything is being called super accurate. You don't want that. You want an umpire to call a ball when it was a strike, and you go, yeah, what a fucking idiot. Where did this guy come from?
It kind of helps the hitters. Like, I mean, like, it's hitting is one of the toughest things, I think, in sports. Like, hitting a baseball at a professional level like that, it's so difficult. But as soon as you make it, like, now it's a consistent strike zone, like, hitters are going to start getting real good with that, I think. Like, or way better. It's nice when the umpire's like, no, this is my strike zone.
Yeah.
It feels like a bartender. He's like, no, this is my Caesar. You know what I mean? Like, he puts a little his own touch on it.
Right.
I like that.
That's the best. And then watching people lose their shit at the umpires and that's why it's so dramatic, because baseball is a calm, cool sport, right? Until a guy at a fucking 1:00 day game, a hitter at a 1:00 day game, takes it really personally. It's not having a great day today, and then decides to fucking yell at the umpire. That's watching compilations of umpires getting yelled at is the best, because they know they're wrong. They know that they're wrong, and they get fucking the level of, God forbid an umpire ever runs for office, there would be genocide within a day. Like, these people, the power that these people have, it's like, I've never seen such power. Power corrupts, and it's never been more evident than watching a baseball umpire. Yeah. They're just so ready to fucking just just throw somebody out, just tell somebody that they're fucking done, that they're get the fuck out. And the best part is you see these players, right? When something gets called the way they don't like, they know they can't argue with the umpire, so all they do is just give the umpire a look. And that's the best part of it. Is you watch it. Go, is he gonna do it? Is he gonna fucking flip? Is he gonna lose his socket? But they don't, because this is a gentleman's sport. Yeah. Until it's not. Until you got fucking Pedro Martinez being up there like, who do you want? I'm going to kill him. Who do you want? What are we at? We're an hour? Like on the dot? Oh, yeah. That was an hour? Right now, yeah. Over an hour? 101. 101? Oh wow, really? Oh wow, crazy. Oh wow. Just fighting about sports. Sick. You got anything to add, Tyler? No? No, nothing. Yeah, I'm sick this weekend. No crazy road stories this weekend. Just baseball, sports. Still got our shit talking. Ate hockey. Zach Wheeler, the greatest baseball player of our generation. You're going to hear this name more and more. He's 34 years old. He's at his peak. He's got maybe a couple of years left in him. No. He's Zach Wheeler. He's pitching until he's 70. Don't even worry. He ain't fucking going nowhere, bro. They're gonna pump him full of fucking stem cells. Yeah. He ain't going nowhere. That's been the show. Okay. Rizman, you have anything that you want? Questions? Anything you want to plug? No. All right. You're not doing fucking anything. Yeah, good. Don't. You got your laugh. Oh, that's not it. It's the wrong button. That's so fucking weird, dude. That's so weird. What's this one? It's the same one. Oh, you got. I made a mistake. Don't. It's nothing. Sick. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. That's been the Robert Khakham Show. Enjoy the rest of your week. Have a great one. Goodbye.